when Fred A. Major became so successful. In fact, they were selling over 250 million sandwiches in a day, and it doesn't cross to the other day. The other day, every leftover is given up to the street, to the beggars, to those that are on the line, on the streets, just for them to survive. Now that was Fred A. Major. They were predominantly rainy and winning in the UK. So when McDonald was coming to the UK, all what he could do, all what the management could do was to invest like 3% into their stock, and so that they could have it, so that they could actually help in building the business with Fred. So they weren't coming in order to compete. They knew they were getting it in the UK. So they ensured that all what they had to do was to merge. So that was the idea of merging. And ever since then, their revenue grew massively. So it is like a win-win on both sides. So you've now seen how merging works for them now. Talking about Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. Though Peter Thiel had paper business, he was running it. Elon Musk himself was running X.com. That was in the 1999 to early 2000 and all sorts. But along the line, while they were competing, they knew that there was no way they could go further because many people were venturing into the business. So they thought the best thing they could do then was to make sure that they sell the company after merging. Although they later came, they merged. X.com was annulled. Then Elon Musk joined PayPal because at least it was the first e-payment online in the world, as especially in the US. And they sold it for $1.5 billion. Now look at how everything goes. Now I go to the number 6. When you look at the business and you see that there is no way you can actually keep you can keep your customers to be loyal to you for the next 5 years and all those things, why can't you merge? If there are a lot of competitions, I mean perfect competitions, not a monopolistic business. You see that the best thing you could do, or that you can actually do in such scenarios, is to make sure that you merge with those that are, and see how you can garner first to make sure you dominate the industry. That's just it. So now the 7th is when your business doesn't give room for innovation, it doesn't give room for research. You don't know how to scale, basically because you don't have much money and all those. Now you think of starting a business, the best thing you could do is that you can make sure you garner properties, so that when you want to sell equities, just to make sure you raise capital to better those things, you make sure you get it, so you get enough capital which could actually help you in scaling your business. So in this situation, you make sure that when your business has no room for innovation and all those things, you want to make sure you use it to buy a lot of property, so that it will help you in raising equity capital in the long haul. So those are the 7 things that you actually need to consider if your business is vulnerable for merging or diverting. So that goes. So we'll be moving to the next point, which says about merging. Now, if you are talking about merging with a company, also you must look for the one that is in your industry, the one that is prevailing in your industry. You want to check if it actually works with you or it doesn't work. So number 1, negotiation has to come. Their lawyer has to be there. Your own attorney has to be there. You have to talk about the benefits, the point and everything. It could be maybe buying some stocks from the company or making sure that you buy the whole company. But most of the time, merging could be maybe you get most of their workers working for you at some point or so. So in the long haul, you want to be like, okay, you want to ensure that there is this kind of consensus between the two of you, between the two parties, and see how everything goes. So in a case whereby you are merging with a company that you don't actually know about, you must first meet your attorney. Your attorney will kind of talk with the accountant, the financial authorities under it. They want to release the IPO, that is the initial public offering, into the stock exchange to see people that will buy the equity and see people that want to merge with you. Now when you are, let's say you are the one merging with a new company, you want to ask, what is wrong with this company? What is it not getting it right? What have you been getting right, but at the long run you are not getting right anymore? Imagine when Bank One and JP Morgan merged in 2004. One was a commercial bank, one was a corporate bank. But Bank One actually needed JP Morgan's bank for the necessary customers that were in there. So it wasn't actually, they weren't actually buying JP Morgan. They were actually buying JP Morgan because of the customers that were actually coming into the line. So you see, so when you need to check the two and see maybe there are balances and see the prospect of how much you. So as you go along the line, you want to ensure that you open an escrow account. Escrow accounts, you can ask your investment bank to see how they can help you with that. You can meet brokers which can actually help you with that to see if you can. That is, if you are in the country already, you can be doing all those things. But if you are going to the country newly and all those things, you have to find businesses that resonate with what you believe in. They have this track record and they are looking forward to scale and to do all those sorts. So now that is how you go about them and all those stuff. So those are what matters. Now if you are going to Divestiture, you must have had properties. Now properties, you want to sell them, you want to make sure, quantitative make sure that you bring them into the line and see how you can sell them to raise equity and kind of just as I said later on and all those things. So when you are doing this, you must make sure that you are putting your business in the hands of people that can actually help you in it. Most of the time when your business is an entity on its own, that is like PLC, public liability company, you want to ensure that now this business can run on its own without you being sued and all those things. That will give you leverages to meet those that you actually need in your businesses in getting your aim done. So those are the best thing you need to consider. If you are starting a business, make sure that is it going to run into Divestiture in the long haul, or you are going to merge. Always create a space even right from the start. That is what makes your business to be exceptional. So I will ask you to click and subscribe onto the page so that you can get new updates, new line.